Yashoda-nandana Bharatana-ranjana Yashoda-nandana Bharatana-ranjana Yamuna-tira banachari Yamuna-tira banachari Jaya-radha-madhava kunja-bihari Dasi Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasari Gaura Bhakta-vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gola Haribo, 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 Nitai Gola Haribo. Go Premanandi Hari Hari Bo. Jam Vishnu Pada Paramahansa Pariparakarya Lotus is my divine grace. The I.C. Bhakti Branda Swami Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jam Vishnu Pada Paramahansa Pariparakarya Lotus is my divine grace. Bhakti Sīdantaṁ Sarasvati Thakur Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Principal Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Ganga Maya Ki Jai. Yamuna Maya Ki Jai. Maya Prudama Ki Jai. Vrindadam De Ki Jai. Tulasi Devi Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. All glory to the assembled devotees. All glory to the assembled devotees. All glory to the assembled devotees. All glory to Shri Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga Taigo Premanandi Hari Hari Bo. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 17, Punishment and Reward of Kali, Text 2. Vṛṣaṁ mṛṇāla-dhavalam. Vṛṣaṁ mehantam eva bibhyatam. Vepamānaṁ padaikena. Sīdantaṁ śūdra-tāḍitam. Vṛṣaṁ mṛṇāla-dhavalam. Mehantam bibhyatam. Vepamānaṁ padaikena. Sīdantaṁ śūdra-tāḍitam. Vṛṣaṁ mṛṇāla-dhavalam. Mehantam bibhyatam. Vepamānaṁ padaikena. Sīdantaṁ śūdra-tāḍitam. Vṛṣaṁ mṛṇāla-dhavalam. Mehantam bibhyatam. Vepamānaṁ padaikena. Sīdantaṁ śūdra-tāḍitam. Mataji's? Vṛṣaṁ mṛṇāla-dhavalam. Mehantam bibhyatam. Vepamānaṁ padaikena. Sīdantaṁ śūdra-tāḍitam. Vṛṣaṁ, the bull. mṛṇāla-dhavalaṁ, as white as a white lotus. Mehantam, urinating, evil, as if. Bibhyatam, being too afraid. Vepamānam, trembling. Padaikena, standing only one leg. Sīdantaṁ, terrified. śūdra-tāḍitam, being beaten by a śūdra. Translation: the bull was as white lotus flower. He was terrified of śūdra, who was beating him, and he was so afraid that he was standing on one leg, trembling and urinating. Please repeat. The bull was as white lotus flower. He was terrified of śūdra, who was beating him, and he was so afraid that he was standing on one leg, trembling and urinating. Purport: the next symptom of the age of Kali is that principle of religion, which are all spotlessly white, like the white lotus flower, will be attacked by the uncultured śūdra population of the age. They may be descendant of brāhmaṇa or kṣatriya forefather, but in the age of Kali, for want of sufficient education and culture or Vedic wisdom, such a śūdra-like population will define the principle of religion, and persons who are religiously endowed will be terrified by such men. They will declare themselves as adherents of no religious principle and many isms, and cult will sprung up in Kali-yuga only to kill the spotless Buddha of religion. The state will be declared to be secure or without any particular principle of religion, and as a result, there will be total indifference to the principle of religion. The citizen will be free to act as they like, without respect for sadhu, shastra, and guru. The Buddha standing on one leg indicates that principles of religion are gradually diminishing. Even the fragmentary existence of religious principles will be embarrassed by so many obstacles, as if in the trembling condition of falling down at any time. Om Jnana-timirandhasya Jnana Sarakaya Chakshumritanyena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Today's class will be two parts. One part will be conversation between Buddha and cow, that's it, the religious principle, and Mother Earth. Second part will be in dealing with Parikshit Maharaj and religious principle and Mother Earth, as well as Kali. So the first part will be kind of an overview for a previous chapter. Buddha and the cow are talking. The Buddha is religious principle. The cow is the earth. The Buddha asked the cow, "Oh mother, why you look so sad? Are you feeling internal pain? Or you are thinking of the relative who is far away from you? Or you are thinking and feeling sorry for my state," means for the Buddha. "Or you are feeling sad for the demigod who lost the share of the sacrifice? Or you are feeling sorry for the goddess of learning, because now the brāhmanas who has no religious principle are taking over and exploiting the goddess learning? Or you are feeling so sad for the women and children who has no shelter? Or you are feeling bad about now administrative state has no sense are taking over? Or you are feeling bad because now the demoniac force are exploiting you and meat eating are spreading? Or maybe you are feeling separation from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He was on this planet to protect you, and by the force of time, your good fortune was taken away." Then the cow replied, "Oh Buddha, religious principle, whatever you ask me, I will reply one by one." The Buddha, he knows the suffering of the earth are due to separation of Krishna, but he didn't start from there. He started from different another effect. But the cow straight went away to the Krishnas. She said, "The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, has left. He was full of mercy, kindness, compassion, righteous, and all the good quality he mentioned. First thing she mentioned was Krishna's quality. Then she described how Krishna used to protect religious principle. She said, "Oh Buddha, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is so merciful to you. He was protecting you, religious principle. And because of he has left, now women are not protected. The demigod was suffering. The goddess learning is suffering. And many other sadness pervaded." And then finally she said, in relation to her own, "And for myself, I'm feeling all vacant, because he has appeared, Krishna has appeared to protect me, to release the burden from the earth of the military, unnecessary military force, and now he has left me. So I'm feeling all vacant." This is a previous chapter. So Mother Earth is expressing her sadness. not only herself, but religious principle and other people and other demigods and present state. Those who are so close to the Lord are feeling more separation when the Lord lives. Just like the Pandavas, they are so close to the Lord, so they felt acute pain. And Yadu dynasty and queens and gopis and other Vrindavan residents, they felt more acute pain because they are so close to Krishna. When Yadu dynasty was destroyed, before, is this not noisy? Is this not noisy? You want to turn off this? It's okay? It's noisy? If this is too noisy, then you can. And I think this is so echo. Is that okay? So I'm starting from the destruction of the Yadu dynasty. Thank you. Krishna was in Dwarka after Kurukshetra battle. He saw the symptom of Kali. The people started cheating each other. They start to steal. All the bad qualities start to manifest. So he said to he said to the Yadu dynasty members, let's go to the sacred place and do some charity and do some nice work, so purification. So he took the lessons of Dwarka, and on the way, in some place, he kept the ladies and the old and the children, and he proceeded with the men to Prabhat. And there they did the sacrifice and distribute charity. And then there is a remnants of charity, and they took your liquor, and they start intoxicated. And then the fight between Yadu, they broke out. Satyaki said to Drishtadyumna, what's her name? Kritavarma. Satyaki was Krishna's friend and Arjuna's disciple, and Kritavarma was commander-in-chief of Krishna's army. Satyaki said, hey Kritavarma, what's the terrible thing you have done at the end of Kurukshetra? The war was over, but you took such a terrible act with Ashwatthama, burned the whole camp of the Pandavas, even though the Pandavas' victory was settled. Then Kritavarma said, hey, what about you? You killed Vṛṣaṁ in such an unfair way. Then Satyaki said, no, that was okay because I had vowed to kill him, so it was not unfair, even though I killed him in a little bit unfair way, but it was supposed to be done. So they started to fight, and Pradyumna, Krishna's son, tried to stop. And then Krishna's son Pradyumna tried to stop, seeing that all other people joined the fight. So they started to kill each other. Then because Pradyumna was being attacked, Krishna tried to stop them, and Krishna and Balaram get involved with the fight, and there was a huge fight, and at the end nobody left, except Krishna and Balaram and Dwarka. Dwarka was Krishna's charioteer. So Krishna told Dwarka to go back to Dwarka to inform them that Dwarka city is going to sink the ocean, so they should go out of Dwarka. And Dwarka went to Dwarka and informed Vasudeva and Devaki. As soon as Dwarka informed Devaki and Vasudeva, Krishna has left, or before that Krishna and Balaram also left, then such a acute pain, Vasudeva and Devaki on the spot, they fainted, they left the body. And all the Yadu dynasty members, they were fighting and they died, so all the ladies, means wife of those warriors who died on that battle, their funeral, they put the body in the fire, so all the ladies jumped into the fire and they died. And then whoever left, Arjuna was called, and Arjuna was taking them, and they were kidnapped by the cowhead. And then Balaram went to the ocean, the snake came, and Antasesha came and went to the ocean and left. And Krishna sat under the banyan tree, and hunter hit him, and he left. And Arjuna has to see all this, and he has to make the funeral pile, and he has to put the fire for them. and then he has to see the old ladies going to the fire. Such acute pain Arjuna's feeling. Then Arjuna went back to Yudhishthira, and then Yudhishthira was asking what's happened, why he looks so sad. And then Arjuna has to tell all this. Then Yudhishthira find out, okay, this is the time we should leave. Narada Muni also indicate this is the time Krishna left, we should also leave. So Pandavas, including Yudhishthira, Bhima, Arjuna, Nakulun, Sahadeva, and the Draupadi also followed, and they left. And before that, Vidura also left, and Kunti also left. So all the Yadu dynasty, and Krishna and Balaram and Pandavas all left. And what about Vrindavan residents? They didn't have to go through all the tragic scene. As soon as Krishna left, Krishna arranged that those Vrindavan, Dasi, everyone together along with Vrindavan himself, left the world, went back to Goloka Vrindavan. So they didn't even notice that Krishna left or anything like that. So in that way, everybody left, and Mother Earth is still here. And she's feeling all vacant. Everybody left, Krishna left, all the associates left, but I'm still here, and I'm feeling so sad. The sadness of separation, we may not understand how sad it is to be separated from Krishna, because we may not have the same love for Krishna as their eternal associate has. But recently we have the ceremony of Pankajam Prabhu's departure. 1 year ago, he left us. So many devotees offer homage in honor of Pankajam Prabhu. First, like Mother Bhumi said, first of all, they will say, oh, Pankajam Prabhu was so kind and approachable, humorous, and so caring. All the quality of Pankajam Prabhu speak. Then they speak what he has achieved. He was worshipping Nrsimhadev. He was managing DT department. He helped different projects. What he have done is so great. Then they describe different pastimes he performed with different devotees. He have done this, he said this, it was so wonderful, it was so nice. Then they speak about their personal exchange of him. I have done this for him, and he did this. He did that, he said this, all personal memories they spoke. And at the end, they express how sad we are feeling. You are not here, we are feeling not the same. Mayapur is not the same anymore. We don't even know why we are living still. So the feeling of separation, if someone is so close to that person, they feel more intense, like many devotees express. But for the devotees who are living in Mayapur, they feel even more, because we are seeing Pankajam Prabhu every day, so we feel more. And those who are working with him, working under him, or brothers, go to sisters, Pujari department, and different service we are rendering under him, feeling more intense separation. So feeling why this happened, why suddenly he left. Then I would like to see, I'm speaking about Pankajam Prabhu because previously I was asked to talk about Pankajam Prabhu on his disappearance day on moon Titi, and then solar in the sun, according to the sun, according to moon, but then I couldn't somehow manage to speak, so I'm going to speak a little bit about Pankajam Prabhu, how we are feeling separation for him, how Mother Earth is feeling separation from Krishna, and he was feeling separation from Krishna. Like he was serving guest house in the beginning when he came to Mayapur. So he was in guest house, there was not so many guests, so basically he was in the lotus building all the time. And Prabhupada was in the lotus building. So he was every day saying Prabhupada, and then because he is a guest house in church, as he cleaned